how to find the type of quadrilateral by plotting points on a coordinate plane. Alright, so I'll go ahead and read the problem. It says plot the 4 points and state whether the quadrilateral is a square, rectangle, parallelogram, or trapezoid. Alright, so step 1 would be to plot the points on a plane. I already have our coordinate plane here. Highly suggest if you're doing this, you do it in a graph paper notebook or on some type of graph paper and use a ruler. Alright, so let's see here. So we're going to plot the points. Try to be as accurate as you can. It makes it a lot easier, okay? Alright, so here we go. So negative 8 comma 3, that's right here. Negative 4 comma negative 2, that's right here. Negative 4 comma 3 is right here. Negative 8 comma negative 2 is right here. And then what you can also do is you can connect the points and draw line segments like this. Makes it a lot easier. Okay? Alright, then these are tricky for a lot of children, so I suggest to refer to your notes instead of just assume you know the answer. Alright, so here's the definition of a parallelogram. It's a quadrilateral where the opposite sides are parallel, the opposite angles are congruent, and the opposite sides are congruent. So let's see. So definitely quadrilaterals, 4 sides. Opposite sides appear to be parallel here. Okay, opposite angles appear to be congruent. They all appear to be 90 degrees. And the opposite sides appear to be congruent. So we have a parallelogram. So most people would say we're done. Okay, but let's give the rest a shot here. So a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel sides. Well, this has 2 pairs of parallel sides. See, here's pair 1 and pair 2. So it's definitely not a trapezoid. X that guy out. A rectangle, okay. Alright, because the rectangle is also over here. A parallelogram where all the angles are 90. So remember, we know it's a parallelogram. Are all the angles 90 degrees? Why, yes, they are. So, rectangle is also an answer. Alright, our last one is a square. So a square is a rectangle, so that means it's a rectangle, which also means it's also a parallelogram. But all the sides are equal. In this case, I don't think they're all equal, right? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not a square. So we know for sure it's not a trapezoid, it's not a square. Okay, so now we have to choose the correct type. Okay, so if you said it's a parallelogram, you'd be correct. If you said it was a rectangle, you would be correct. But you want to choose the answer that's the most specific, right? And so since this is a special parallelogram and it's a rectangle, this is actually the best answer here. Okay, so rectangle is the best answer, even though parallelogram is also correct. Okay, so if you had this question on like a standardized test where you have multiple choice, they might have square, rectangle, parallelogram, and trapezoid. And even though parallelogram is correct, rectangle is the better answer. So if you marked parallelogram on the multiple choice test, you probably will get it wrong because rectangle would be the best answer there. Okay, so that's where a lot of kids get tricked. So make sure you go through all of the possibilities and then choose the best answer before you say you are done. Okay? Alright, and that completes our problem.